Hi guys, it is Jacquline Rose, and I wanted to do a vlog style. I have not done a vlog style in a long time, and I thought it'd be pretty interesting. So I wanted to talk about my first experience doing meditation or going deep into meditation. So once I started meditating and understanding what meditation does and how I could get messages through it, the first time it actually happened to me, I started going deep into meditation, and I saw this outline in my mind's eye of my room and somebody sitting on the edge of my bed. Okay. And so I couldn't figure out what it was sitting on the edge of my bed, but I had a feeling it was one of my clients' mothers that had passed away. A few years earlier, she had passed away, and right after she passed away, I was doing her nails in her living room, and I look up at her stairs, and I, in my head, thought, I feel like she's standing at the top of her stairs. And within a minute, my client, she says that I feel like my mom's is gonna come down those stairs, and she's just standing at the top of the stairs. Coincidence? I think not. Anyways, so I felt like her essence was sitting on the edge of my bed, but this outline of her didn't really look like her, but I felt an essence there. Okay, so that same meditation, I felt this heart come together. So it was one end of a heart and another end of a heart and then a bottom part of a heart. And I got mother, father, baby, and then I got Caitlin. I get these pictures, and then I get these feelings. And my neighbor across the street, her parents had recently passed away, and she had lost a child. And so I knew it was for her. And that whole next day, I really was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to tell these people this. Like, this is kind of weird to talk about these things and say, hey, I have a feeling that something happened, and I just got to tell you, and you can do whatever you want with it. I don't care if you care. I don't care if you believe me or not. I just know that I have to do this, right? So I told my client, I messaged them and said, hey, I really felt like your mom was in my meditation. That was fun. And then I had my neighbor come over, and I talked about what I got, and she was very thankful of that. So really needed to hear that in that moment. Within days of that, or in that time frame, she kept getting also, which was so crazy, she started getting, she has a ring of these orbs that were floating on her front porch. I'm talking within days of me talking about her parents, and they're around you, and I know this was for you, of these orbs, and there are videos of them. It's pretty freaking cool. Anyways, so I go to my other client, Harold's house, and I love Harold. And so I'm sitting in his living room, and immediately I sit down and I set up my stuff, and I look at this giant picture he has on his wall, and it's this weird outline of a guy with a hat on, and it was the outline that was sitting on the edge of my bed when I was going into meditation. And his son had died maybe 3 weeks to a month prior. So in my interpretation, it was their essences coming through to somebody that was open to try to get something. Because I try to go, okay, give me something and give me some leads and feelings so I can kind of help people in any way that I can. If it's with advice or if it's this intuition that comes through. And so I kind of told him the story that, like, hey, I went to meditation and I saw that picture in my meditation. He kind of looked at me like, I don't know what to say, but I didn't really go into like, hey, I think it's your son trying to come through. I didn't really want to explain that. But going back to my neighbor, so today I went out to the river, and there's this spot that I go into, and I was meditating, and I was asking Spirit, please give me any information about anybody that you can. I just want to help. Like, my intentions always are to help people in any kind of way that I can. I'm a vessel. And so I immediately got this name, Melissa. And I was like, I don't know any Melissa. And then I thought of somebody off of Facebook, and I was like, well, maybe that Melissa, but I don't really know that person at all. And then I started to think of my neighbor's sister named Melissa. And I was like, okay, so what do I need to tell? Like, Melissa, what do I need to do? And then I got apples. Okay. And so I was like, apples. And then I thought apples and bananas. Maybe Melissa. I don't know. What does that mean? Right. So I message my friend today, and I say, hey, ask your sister if, anything resonates with her with apples. Johnny Appleseed, apple pie, apples and bananas. Does she sing apples and bananas song to her son? I don't know. Does apples mean anything to her? And so she messages me back and says that the craziest thing is she was at Costco with her son, which he's a toddler, the other day, and he was running around and he had a meltdown because he wanted to have these apples. And he had never seen apples or wanted apples before. Like, it's not something that he likes. He doesn't like applesauce or anything. But he saw these apples and he had to have these apples. And then today, I get Melissa an apples. Okay? So to me, that means that mom comes through to somebody that's open, that's willing to go, hey, can I help in any way? And she says, Melissa and apples into my brain. My brain spake, got Melissa and apples out of nowhere. I've gotten also the name Dustin. There's a Dustin out there. I didn't know what Dustin meant. I've gotten lots of pictures, and I'm always trying to like put them together. When I do card readings, I've done card readings with people, and I have, like, as I'm doing the card reading, I'm kind of interpreting them, and I'm like, hey, this is what I think this advice is telling you, and then I'll turn over the next card, and I'll read the description of the card, and it's the advice that I just told them. I don't know. Look, I'm just sharing. I have no clue why all this stuff happens to me, but I get intuition, or just overwhelming feelings. I got really, really deep feelings about stuff. And I get pictures a lot, and then I'll hear stuff. I'll hear like names. I get a lot of pitches in my ears. And so I hope this helps somebody out there. I hope you're entertained by it. And maybe, just maybe one day I could pull a card for you, or, you know, I'll get your name and I'll let you know. But I hope you love this content. If you do, click like and subscribe to my channel. I hope you have a beautiful day. Holler for a motherfucking dollar.